Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here, back again with another fragrance video. If you're joining me for the very first time, I post fragrance related content on this platform and would very much appreciate it if you did consider subscribing. To those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Now, welcome to a follow-up rating video. I rated 100 Latifahs in one video and you guys went crazy and you asked that I do follow-up houses. What I have in today's video are the Paris corners. We're rating from 10 out of 10 to 1 out of 10. So it's going to be creme de la creme to downhill. The first one's going to be double black. I gave this one a 10 out of 10. This is my utmost favorite, though it's a fragrance. It's not for everybody. This is your Killian back to black inspiration. I say it's not for everybody because it's sour, it's boozy, it's odd, but I love this juice, guys, and it's almost finished. Mine is almost finished because I love it, and I thought to give it a 10 out of 10. Next up is a juice that is new within my collection. This Noof, guys, just simply gets a 10 out of 10 because I'm a sucker for pineapple. I love pineapple. I think they nailed it on Noof. If you're a pineapple lover, you're gonna love this one, and it's a 10 out of 10 for me. The next one, guys, is from their EMEA line. They have like sub brands, but it's all Paris corner. Now this one is their EMEA line and it's called Fire Your Desire. This is their take on Angel's Share. It's a crisp take, and that crispness comes across as a prominent apple, and I absolutely love this one. So there's a 10 out of 10 for me. You can see the dent that I've put on this fragrance, in as much as I have a lot of Angel's Share inspirations in my collection. The last fragrance to make 10 out of 10, from my Paris corners is going to be Phenomenal Hot Sauce. I love this fragrance. It's tropical. It has a coconut feel, there, creamy feel as well, very niche in quality, and that is why it tops the range when it comes to my Paris corner collection. And now for the ones I gave a 9 out of 10. The first one is going to be Nuit the Passion, a fragrance that draws inspiration from Midnight Poison, a discontinued fragrance by Dio. If you love Midnight Poison, guys, don't walk, grab this inspiration. It's affordable and it smells scarily identical actually, but it's very vinty there. For those who do not like fragrances that give off a dated feel, I'm just giving you a clue there that it does have like a dated feel there. Just want you to see where mine's at. You can see this is finished, so I'm getting it back up pretty soon. The next one to get a 9 out of 10, guys, is going to be Kahila Lux, and this one draws inspiration from Keali's Ember Invite Only. I did bring them side by side and told you that Invite Only has the lasting power, but this one is not far off. Okay, I just said Invite Only takes the cap. I did not say this one is weak. This one has a decent lasting power. I love the complexity of it. It comes across as plain weird, just like their double black there, where it's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be different. The next one that gets a 9 out of 10 is Vox Spices. This, guys, is going to be your rose, your jammy rose, but pretty weird as well. So by now I think you have kind of figured it out that I do like fragrances that are complex. Sometimes I do, just love challenging DNA. So this is a nice fragrance. I haven't reviewed it. I haven't worn it that much because it's very heavy. It's one that I have to commit to, but I love the craftsmanship in Vox Spices. The last one that sits on the 9 out of 10 score is going to be Eternal Musk. But let me say, if you are the sort to blind buy, maybe you ought to test this. This might be a fragrance that just doesn't smell like anything to you. You might come here and say, see, I smelled nothing. It is very elegant, very feminine, very soft, okay, but it speaks to me. That's why I put it at 9 out of 10. Now, next up are those that take an 8 out of 10. I put Eternal Coffee on 8 out of 10, simply put because it's coffee, and coffee. After that, what do we get? Maybe a little bit of cream. Okay, so it's that sort of fragrance that can easily get boring. And it's that sort of fragrance that doesn't have the weight in terms of lasting power. They nailed how it feels to the nose, like that creamy cappuccino, but then you need to kind of wear this one on thick clothing and stuff like that for it to last long. Another 8 out of 10 is Killer Oud Nights of Arabia, inspired by black saffron. If you love that, you're gonna love this. Or if you don't have that fragrance, never smelled it, but you love fragrances that are built around juniper berry, you're gonna love this. It's got a lot of juniper berry, guys, and it is crafted to perfection. I love the quality of this fragrance. The other one that is an 8 out of 10 for me is a Vibrant Orange and Neroli. If you know somebody who likes candy forward fragrances, you can absolutely gift them this. If you like candy forward fragrances yourself, you're gonna love this. This is orange, mandarin orange, also going for a Byredo fragrance, Sun-Dazed. That is what it draws its inspiration from, and I absolutely love this fragrance. The last 8 out of 10, guys, is going to be Frenetic Delicious. This is also odd, okay, so don't expect if a fragrance is going to smell like the rest of them. Drawing its inspiration from Fève Delicious is going to be this one. The bottle, everything speaks of that, except that, of course, it is, I think, a bit taller or something like that, or a bit, it's got this thick glass. That is the difference. So if you like Fève Delicious, another discontinued one from Dio, then you can pick this one from Paris Corner. So that's it, guys, for our 8 out of 10. Let's go to the 7 out of 10s. This I like. It is a little bit green, a little bit aromatic there. I just love it. It's I've got a full review of it, so I'm not going to explain much about it. Another 7 out of 10 for me is going to be Forbidden Sugar. This fragrance draws its inspiration from Frank Bocler's Sugar, is it? Yeah, I think Frank Bocler's Sugar. This is a very sugary fragrance, so that is what you expect. If you love those sweet fragrances, even what's the name of that one, Elisab Girl Now, I think you're gonna love this one, guys, and it's a 7 out of 10 for me. The last 7 out of 10 is this one, guys. This is La Nuit Pandora. This could have easily taken a 10 out of 10, but it is the lasting power in this one that just made me put it at 7 out of 10, of course, drawing its inspiration from the Nuit Tresol. Now let me show you the ones that I rated 6 out of 10, and they're only 2, so this video is not going to be as long as the Latafa one. We're actually almost done because I just have a few left there. Taking 6 out of 10 position is going to be this one. This one is called Ultra Citrus, inspired by Guerlain's Le Frenchy. I chose to give it a 6 out of 10 because it doesn't have any twists and turns that are notable, except for the fact that it is just a citrus. The last 6 out of 10 is going to be this one, Kahila Platinum. This one, obviously, targeted for the males out there, but soft enough for women to wear. Coconutty, blue, fresh, summery. That is what I can say about this one, and that is exactly why I gave it a 6 out of 10. So let me show you the ones that got a 5 out of 10. I only have 2 guys that got 5 out of 10, simply because this one is DNA fatigue. That's it. There's nothing wrong with this one. It is just that it is that DNA that we've had a gazillion times. But otherwise, I've always recommended this fragrance for you guys. Monster Fragrances is also part of Paris Corner. It's a nice fragrance. I absolutely love it. This is one that I would recommend from the Monster collection, because I think there is like 4 or 5 from the Monster collection, and I thought to give it a 5 out of 10. Tuskin is getting the 5 out of 10 simply because it feels juvenile to my nose. It is a fragrance built around peach and apricot. So if you love fruity fragrances, summery fragrances, even something that feels watermelony, you're going to get from this. Is a very youthful fragrance, if you will. I gifted mine to my daughter. I just had to retrieve it for the purposes of this video. It's called Tuskin, and it gets a 5 out of 10. Next up is a fragrance I gave a 4 out of 10, and it's the only one that gets a 4 out of 10, because remember I said my Paris Corner collection is not massive. This is Patchouli number 7. Okay, I decided to give it a 4 out of 10 because, one, I don't reach out for it that much. It's very patchouli forward, a bit mossy there, so it's a fragrance that really didn't make the cut for me, but I have it in my collection nonetheless. So this is a 4 out of 10 for me. 3 out of 10 in terms of rating is going to be this one, guys, a Jasmine Intense, simply because of that misleading intense tag that they decided to put there. This is in the same vein as Bouvarie's Jasmine Noir, okay, but it's very light in performance. I love the DNA, but it's very light, and it is so annoying that they decided to put that intense there, because it's not intense at all. Comes across as like a bedtime scent. It's soft, feminine to my nose, nails what it's going for, but lacks the lasting power. So this one, guys, gets a 3 out of 10. And as for the one that takes the 2 out of 10, again, one that is finished, but I had to show you because I gave it to my daughter a long time ago. And when I was collecting that skin, she said, oh, I still have a little bit left in there in case you want to talk about it. And I said, oh, okay, fine, that will do for the video. Impressions 3, inspired by L'Homme Patrice. Okay, and not to say L'Homme Patrice is an amazing fragrance that lasts long. No, the lasting power is kind of on the same vein there with L'Homme Patrice, but to me it's just watermelony, summery, watery, aquatic, and that's it. So it's not a fragrance that I reached out for. Even then I ended up gifting it to my daughter, but don't let the rating discourage you. This is what she did to it, so some people are absolutely gonna love it. Pandora's Impressions 3. And now for my least favorites. These are fragrances that are in my collection because they're just in my collection. Okay, this one I bought and this one I was gifted. If I didn't mention, guys, you can purchase Paris Corners from Aroma Concepts. They stock a lot of Paris Corners, and a lot of Paris Corners actually do smell nice. The only reason this one gets a 1 out of 10, guys, is I am not that big of a floral person, especially if it's florals, non-relenting florals, and that's it. This is all rose. It's called Le Coeur de Rose, and it draws its inspiration from Chloe Rose something. Okay, that is where the fragrance that it draws inspiration from actually looks like this in terms of packaging. So the packaging is like a telltale sign. I've just sprayed it twice, first when I was reviewing it, and then when I noticed that it is like a loud rose, I just didn't like it that much. The other one that gets a 1 out of 10 is Wayward Charlie. A lot of people love this fragrance, guys. This is a fragrance that draws inspiration from Frank Bocklett's Cocaine. If you love fragrances with manoi oil, or that are going to give you what's like a coconut, but like an oily type of coconut, even popcorny, this one's going to do it for you. Mine is still full. I just did a review for this fragrance and it just choked me out. So this is going to be beast mode for those who like manoi oil fragrances. Beast mode, that's what you're going to get from this. And it is that beast mode thing that made me put it at the least favorite, like the 1 out of 10, because it's just too much for me, bordering there on nauseating. So guys, that is a wrap when it comes to my Paris Corners. I think I have about 23 or 24, somewhere thereabout. If I add more, obviously we're gonna update this video, but maybe next year. Do let me know, guys, if you agree or disagree to some of the ratings that I gave some of the fragrances that I brought to you today. CeeChronicles is my name. Let's meet in the comment section where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. While you're at it, do turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.